So, little market update for Real Talk Thursday. Very minor thing that I want people to be aware of. Appraisers are getting more difficult, or appraisals. I don't know which, whether it's the human or it's the underwriting or whatever. We have seen more appraisals come in short. We're seeing tons of appraisal gap coverage, so that's not as big of a thing sometimes, but we're seeing them come in short. And we're seeing more appraisal conditions. I had my buyer specialist Haley get an appraisal come in where they had to do some siding repairs and replace the carpet. I have never had that request. I hear of it occasionally, but I've never had either of those. And I've had some houses where the carpet was real bad and where the siding was pretty bad. And this siding wasn't, in my opinion, all that bad. And both of those were appraisal conditions. And there's nothing we can do about that. Those either have to get done or the deal dies. Most of the time we figure out a way to keep it together, but not always. And it can be stressful, because the sellers are mad, they're not going to make as much if they've got to cover some of it, or the buyers are mad because they're going to have to pay for things for a house that they don't even, haven't even lived in, and generally those things have to get done before closing. We've seen some issues with engineering, we've seen, all of it lately. It's been a little more trying. When the market is like this and good, we often experience a harder time with appraisals. The funny part is when the market's slow and it's just mellow, lots of stuff seems to get through on appraisal and we don't have an issue. But I feel as things get tighter and more expensive, we're seeing rapid increase in value. Appraisers feel the need to make the case for value more, and it's quite difficult for them. I mean, it's a hard job for them when we're seeing things like this. So what are you gonna do? Nothing. You gotta jump through the hoops. We're having more difficult time. I want everyone to be aware of it. Appraisals are more difficult right now than they have been in recent years. This is kind of another demonstration of why you need a real estate professional, that it's their job, their real job, their only job, not some part-timer, not somebody who's super new. Again, nothing against the new folks, you gotta learn, and we all were there. But right now, if you're not selling a handful of houses a year, like honestly, like at least one or two a month, you're probably not getting enough experience to keep up with the changes that we're seeing. Because these changes, they're within the last month or two, honestly. The last month or two, appraisals have been more difficult. So if you haven't sold a house in 6 months, man, you could be completely out of the loop. I mean, houses that sold in October in a certain neighborhood I just comped, 470 all day long. That was the value of the home in October. The value of the home right now, probably like 525, 530, right? It's only a few months, and that's the changes we're seeing, and that's the issues appraisers are having to work with, and so they are getting more strict and tightening things up. Go with a pro. If you need information about your house, you're thinking about buying or selling, we are getting the job done. All this craziness about, oh, it's so hard, not exactly true. It's not easy, but we are absolutely getting it done, buyers and sellers, and we can help you guys too. So we'll get you on the next Real Talk Thursday. Watch out for the appraisers.